money.
Vishnu, I fear this person is beyond my humble talents to revive.
Well, I wouldn't feel bad, Raj. She's been like that for some time.
This is Akhenaten.
Akhenaten?
King Tutankhamun's brother.
You guys want to drop the hieroglyphics and tell me what's going on?
Welcome to the museum, ladies and gentlemen.
The way you read these costumes is to assume that there is a deep psychopathology at work here.
No comment.
No, really. What these people are trying to say is, this is what I really want to be. All right, Leo here, for instance. What do you think?
Brave.
Retired. Never see a male lying on his feet. Try again. What about her?
Single.
Head of a multinational corporation.
Rick, aren't those my sheets?
Sheets. Found these in the back of the closet. Figured it was a drop cloth.
Rick, Liz gave those to me. They are designer sheets.
Oh, that explains it. Nobody could sleep on this. What do you think of this guy over here?
Snake oil salesman like you.
Be nice. That's Duncan Wells, the curator. If it weren't for him, we wouldn't be here tonight.
Wrong, Mom. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't be here tonight.
It's a good cause. Mr. Wells works like a demon to raise money to make this a first-class museum. He deserves our support.
Yes, he does.
Besides, I think it's a small effort for what I'm paying you.
Paying us?
I'll explain later. It's just operational expenses. Excuse me.
Well, please enjoy yourselves. Excuse me.
Oh, good evening.
But who are these two charming gentlemen? I think I recognize the Count. But what are you? A Roman senator or a head of lettuce?
Caesar salad. didn't have much time to work on my costume, so I just sort of...
Oh, yes, yes, of course, sir, of course. Will you excuse me?
Certainly.
See what I mean? A man doesn't have a minute to himself.
Who's the pick? It's, the dance. We got a client she wants us to meet.
Well, that's even worse. I mean, since when is our mom fronting for our clients?
I don't think this one knows she's a client yet.
Lisa Brooks, this is Rick and AJ. Lisa's a student trainee here.
I'm AJ.
Rick.
My sons are private investigators.
So, Mom, you think maybe we could help Lisa?
Well, perhaps you could. Well, I hadn't thought of that. My boys are very good at what they do, Lisa. Discreet. Maybe they can help you with, you know...
There before.
We're usually told where we're going first. Look, I know it can be very difficult talking about your problems. Why don't you just bounce it off us, see if there's anything we can do?
Isn't this a lucky day?
I've only been working here about 3 months. I'm starting my 3rd term at UCSD. I'm doing a full term of field experience
Archaeology?
with a concentration on Egyptology. And I'm one of the lucky ones. Most kids don't get into a museum so soon. Ever.
Well, why do you think the curator is stealing, what's his name, Wells?
Duncan Wells. Now, I don't know that it's him, but somebody is. And the way he acted when I told him about it, I thought I'd be out on my ear. I may still be. He's threatened to have me fired if I say anything about the missing inventory. He even said he'd blacklist me. I would never work.
Touchy guy. How does he explain it?
According to him, it's my mistake. I admit the store's inventory is a joke. That's why I made a new one. Roger Jordan. He's the resident jack of all trades. No degree, but a wonderful man, really. He knows everything.
Well, so why doesn't he expose Wells?
Likes his job. And with no degree, he'd have even more trouble finding a new one than I would.
So what it boils down to is your word against Wells.
Yeah. And believe me, I'm no crusader. I'd probably forget the whole thing. My career is more important. Then I found the mummy. Let's see. I was looking for the statue of Isis. It's one of the missing items. This crate wasn't here 2 hours ago. Nobody knows it's here but me. Well, I mean, somebody does, but I don't know who.
Well, could it have been in a different part of the museum, you know, moved, part of an old exhibit?
Not a chance. This is an Egyptian pharaoh. The cartouche surrounds the hieroglyphics for king.
Sort of like, Tutankhamun?
With one difference. Nobody knows that this one has ever been discovered. Royal mummies are too rare for one to be found and not reported. I mean, there has been no word in any archaeological press, no rumors. If this mummy's tomb were found on an authorized dig, we would have heard about it, no matter what the political situation is in Egypt.
Maybe it was found on an unauthorized dig and smuggled privately out of Egypt for a lot of money.
That's what I've been thinking.
Well, you don't need us. There must be a dozen international agencies that could jump on this with both feet. All you gotta do is tell them you got old what's-his-name down in your basement.
That's one of the problems. I don't know what his name is. I need time to study the hieroglyphics, the linen, and someone would see me. I was hoping you would know what to do.
Oh, no, forget it. Forget it, I'm serious, Rick. We're not waltzing out of here with a 4,000-year-old Egyptian king.
This is crazy. Of course it's crazy, but the only other choice is to call the cops.
No.
Look at AJ. This is the only way she's gonna get a chance to examine this guy and figure out who he is, right? Right? Yes.
You're sure Wells never comes down on the weekends?
I've never seen him, and I'm usually here doing something. Students don't get any time off.
AJ, we got 48 hours. It's gonna be fine. Come on. Careful. Be careful with him. He's about as dead as he's gonna get.
Ladies and gentlemen, please. I have just been given some very... J.M. was a good friend of the San Diego Museum of Science and Anthropology. He had an infectious enthusiasm for Egyptology. And it is sad to think that now when he cannot be with us, I am finally able to announce to you that we have found the funding for the new Egyptian wing. If J.M. were here, he would ask you, as I do now, to welcome the man who has so generously offered to underwrite the Egyptian wing. The respected financier and philanthropist, Mr. Lewis Boren.
I share your loss. J.M.
Jerry, don't throw up. Hey, don't throw up. Come on, cut it out. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. That's it.
Can't take some people out, you know?
Nice party.
Great party. Jerry, you know, it's getting to be a real problem. You're making Esther crazy. I wouldn't blame her a bit if she just checked out on you.
That's the door to the parking lot.
Okay, Jerry, let's go. Get some fresh air here.
Stop talking to it now, Rick.
Lisa?
Roger, why aren't you at the party? This is the guy I was telling you about, Roger Jordan. These are friends of mine. AJ, Rick, and, Jerry Simon.
Hi.
I'm AJ. Jerry's feeling a little under the weather right now.
Nice to meet you. I was down there for a while, but Wells is making speeches, and I had some work to do. I'd say your friend is feeling worse than a little under the weather.
Yeah.
What's going on, Lisa?
Okay, look. Lisa's told us that you're a very reliable guy. We just need you to look the other way for a little bit. You don't have to get involved.
My God, this is 18th Dynasty. It's Theban.
Yeah, she found it in the lockup, so you can see we had to do something.
I haven't done the fine translation yet, but the royal cartouche is there, and the inverted moon. And this is amazing. This is an unknown pharaoh, and we have it.
But how? Wells?
Yeah, we'll give you all the answers later, but first we've got to get this thing out of here.
Why? Where are you going with it?
Well, Lisa needs time to translate the, what do you call it?
What's your interest?
We're private investigators. We were hired by Lisa.
I forgot about this alarm. Is this set?
Yes, I said it. Yeah, I do a little of everything around here.
Listen, there's gonna be a lot of hell to pay on this.
Penny Eddie's social climber. And to think he got his hands on this.
Jerry's feeling a little under the weather. You may want to sit up here in front with me, Cecilia.
Don't know how you can do this to yourself, Jerry. Years of abuse like that.
You know, I've seen what that does to your liver, mister. One of these days, it's gonna plain conk out on you.
I think it already has.
Oh, yeah, his liver's hard as carp. Listen, don't get too attached to Jerry. See, he's not really drunk. He's
Mummy, I know that. Remember, I got you the case.
Yes, you did, and we certainly appreciate it.
I assume you've heard about Gerlach's death?
Yes.
Well, what do you know about his mummy being stolen?
Nothing. I didn't know it had been.
Well, someone broke into his crypt. It's missing. There are very few candidates for that sort of crime, but you're one of them.
It wasn't me.
If you've gone into business for yourself, you'll live to regret it. I'm warning you.
There's Anubis.
And there's Thoth holding the heart.
Okay, this is Osiris here, right?
Yes, the god of the dead.
Having fun?
Yeah. This is fascinating. I mean, here's a guy that, his family put him away 3,000 or 4,000 years ago, thinking that was going to be it, and now he's lying on our sofa. A man from a time when most Europeans were just crawling out of their caves.
This is a common glyph on the Temple of Ramses at Karnak. I don't believe it. There cannot be a mistake. This is Akhenaten.
Akhenaten?
Akhenaten?
Akhenaten! He's Queen Akhenaten about 1350 BC. The Egyptians worshipped many gods, and he made everyone worship Aten, the sun disk. And that's it.
Tell me one thing now. Could this be from, like, the Hollywood prop house or something, or is it really about...
No, the linen is very old, and the weave is right for the time. There are traces of resin, and more important, natron. It's a kind of salt found only in Cairo. It's what they use to dry it out.
I thought you said you didn't have time to take this thing down in this basement.
All right, well, let's think about the missing artifacts. Could Wells be dealing in the black market?
There are private collectors, relics, scrolls, that type of thing. But not this. This is a mummy. This is too fabulous.
If it is really Akhenaten.
Well, there's only one way to tell. There are amulets in the wrappings.
Okay.
Are you crazy? What? You can't unwrap this thing without destroying it.
Okay. We can check it out without destroying it. Isn't Captain Midnight pulling duty this weekend? We're going to take this gentleman down to County General, Lisa. Why don't you just stay here?
Ricky.
Hi, Raj. How's business?
Loud.
Yeah?
Otherwise, very peaceful. Except for the overturned bus. But that is history. Hey, you look remarkably healthy. What is the problem? Something internal?
No, as a matter of fact, it's neither of us tonight.
Vishnu. I fear this person is beyond my humble talents to revive.
Well, I wouldn't feel bad, Raj. She's been like that for some time. It's a mummy. From Egypt. A real one.
Yeah, we think it's real.
Oh my goodness, gosh. A mummy? You two are two very tricky boys. I can't really problem to authenticate this mummy without removing its wrappings. I'm no expert, but...
Yeah, well, that's why we figured X-rays.
Certainly, but what will that tell us? That the pre-Christian Egyptians were physiologically identical to you and me. A bit shorter. But the X-rays will be the same.
At least we'll know there's one in here, not just a bunch of sawdust.
This, the amulet buried with a body for identification in the afterlife. Here, the ribs are sunken in where the heart and viscera were removed for burial in the canopic jars. Standard mummy business.
So you think we got the real McCoy here?
Oh, I see nothing to the contrary. Well, here, for instance, is an old... quite old, actually. Broken arm. But the bone is knit quite nicely. As good as anything we could do today. Of course, Egyptian medicine was very advanced.
What do we have here? Missing teeth?
Yes, three molars. Right top incisor, bottom left bicuspid. This pair of lost pattern. That is why I also took a close view in color infrared. Oh, naughty, naughty. A very devilish thing.
What? What is it?
Our friend the Pharaoh is much, much younger than we thought. Several thousand years younger. Don't laugh, but this man was not born before, say, 1950. Look at this.
What is that a giveaway?
Oh, most certainly. Plastic enamel bonding. A very new technique. Difficult to see with the eye. Normal X-rays. The infrared, normally you don't do it.
Sorry, Akhenaten. Or whoever you are.
So it's a hoax.
Yeah. But who's hoaxing whom?
Perhaps you will find out after the autopsy. Until then, our friend is a Don Ho.
He's Hawaiian?
No, unidentified.
I think you mean John Doe.
Him too. I will be right back. The coroner will raise Abel if I do not have the death certificate field already out. Ricky! Hey! Oh, I've treated many, many head wounds. Now I know what they feel like.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay, easy now, Raj.
Hey, look, I've had many head wounds. Take my advice. You belong somewhere curled up with an ice bag.
I regret not being able to describe my assailant.
Don't worry, we'll find him, Raj. And when we do, you may end up as one of your patients.
I will look forward to that.
Yeah.
Now I think I will check myself in, take 2 aspirins, and call myself in the morning.
Can the registered nurse on duty please report to pediatrics?
So you get all that information back to the office then? Okay.
Hey, Town.
Yeah. Who you got here?
J.M. Gerlach. The J.M. Gerlach?
Mm-hmm.
A little late for the hospital, isn't he? He's go. Hey, they rule out his estate on a silent alarm. Your case? Maybe a homicide. He might have surprised her. I don't know yet. But get this. Guess what we found in that secret room?
Sarcophagus.
Yeah. And I'm having a hard time believing there was anything in it. I don't know. What have you done? What do you want to bet we've got?
What do you want to bet somebody smacked Raj in the head tonight trying to get it back?
Yeah. You guys want to drop the hieroglyphics and tell me what the hell's going on here?
Oh.
I mean, who hit Raj?
We don't know. But we might find out if you'll have the coroner do an autopsy and get an ID on our mummy for us.
What mummy? We're gonna take you to him right now.
Mr. Boren, I wish you hadn't come here. You're taking an enormous chance coming here like this. Somebody could see you. My God, who else could see you?
If I don't belong here, who does? Hell, I built half this place. Now, I'm tired of waiting for you. Where's Akhenaten?
You think I'm going to tell you where he is without even a dime having changed hands?
When you told me you could get Akhenaten, you failed to mention that it already belonged to somebody else.
That's why I didn't ask you for any money up front.
But you're asking for money now, aren't you?
$2 million is the figure we settled on, I believe.
That was before I knew the damn thing was hot. The cops are all over this thing. Maybe Gerlach caught you stealing it. He might have told somebody before he died. The law could be at your door any minute.
Neither Gerlach nor anybody else saw me. Of course, I can't force you to meet your end of the bargain.
Is there somebody else interested?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Akhenaten is mine.
$2 million and you can have it.
Wrong. You'll get your money once I've verified it's real.
This is my last accommodation to you. $1 million to look, $1 million to keep him.
Done.
Gerlach must have paid hundreds of thousands on the black market for this stuff.
Well, your mummy could fit in here.
Town, it's not exactly a custom-tailored Italian suit. I mean, any mummy about 5'6" or 7" would fit in there.
How many mummies do you think we have loose in San Diego?
That's a point. You know...
Well, you know, private collectors who deal in the black market get rooked all the time. Oh, this is the first time I've heard of a dummy mummy. But there's got to be a first time.
He just found out that's what tripped his heart?
No, I think he surprised the thief.
In that case, the thief is the one who's got a surprise coming.
do to be a curator?
I think that this mummy is Akhenaten.
Akhenaten?
I know it's astounding, but I've taken off about 20 words. A quote from the Book of the Dead. My eyes are the eyes of Hathor. My ears are the ears of Apuat. My fingers and leg bones are the finger and leg bones of the living gods. And then the cartouche for royalty. I don't see how it can be anyone else.
They were bound to find him, Lisa. The Valley of the Kings is being dug out every day. He had to turn up.
Turn up? The archaeological find of the decade doesn't just turn up in our basement. How did he get here?
You're right. I mean, it has to be illegal somehow. We'd better be quiet until we're sure.
We have been quiet too long. We can't think of ourselves anymore, just from a scientific standpoint. The world deserves to know about Akhenaten, to study him. Roger?
Yeah, I'm here. I agree, of course, but we should be cautious is all I mean. We should put it back where you found it and decide who to tell.
Yeah, okay. Just as soon as Rick and AJ are done having an X-ray.
Lisa, don't hang up. I know something about all this, and I don't want to tell you on the phone.
Why are you being so mysterious? You want me to come over there?
Yes, I think that's the best thing.
Roger? Roger?
Until you remove these silly handcuffs, I am not going to sit down. That's my last word on the subject.
Buster.
Oh, wonderful. The Chargers just traded away a
On those loose fillings.
Now I'm getting the traffic report on KLOW through my 6-year molar. Avoid the alcohol and cut off.
Give him a chance to get himself settled.
I don't want to have to tell you again, Buster. Get in that chair.
Simon and Simon.
AJ, it's Town.
Hey, Town. Hey, Town, what's going on?
Get in the chair, Buster.
Stop shouting! Oh, no. Now I have an 1812 overture. You ever have a cannon go off in your mouth?
Hold the phone, AJ.
Yeah, sure.
That's it. Sit down and shut up.
Hey! Quiet out here. Let the guy stand if he wants to.
You let me handle this?
Well, handle it.
I am. I don't want to have to tell you again, Buster. Get in that chair.
I think the coroner broke his own land speed record on this one. He's already got an ID on your mummy, using dental records. The body used to be a guy named Kenny Fatiker. Yeah, he was a staff sergeant in the Marines stationed at Camp Pendleton. He was killed in a training accident 3 years ago. He left a wife and 2 kids. They're still in town. In fact, Mrs. Fatiker works at the branch of Golden West Bank across the street from your office.
Oh, great. Town?
Way to Nixon. That's why you're still a patrolman, I'm a lieutenant. When a guy weighs you by 50 pounds, you let him stand.
Listen to him, Nixon. He learned the hard way.
We'd like to ask you a few questions about your late husband, Mrs. Fadaker.
It's Fadakar.
Fadaker, I'm sorry.
I don't have very much time. What do you want to know about my husband?
Are you Egyptian, Mrs. Fadaka?
Persian. So was my husband.
Something may have happened to your husband's body.
Yes, something did. He was cremated. We, scattered his ashes at sea.
Oh, you absolutely sure?
I was there.
What organization performed this service for you?
The San Diego Oceanic Society. Mr. Wright took care of everything.
Anyway, he and this blonde about half his age drove her Mercedes up to his, it was like this Italian villa up in the La Jolla Hills. Place had to go for $2 million minimum.
Oh, well, maybe it's her house.
No, I overheard her saying how much she liked his house.
Anything else?
Yeah, honesty forced me to retreat at that moment. They were about to go skinny dipping in the pool.
Oh.
42,000.
His salary, he couldn't afford to rent that place for an hour.
You worried?
Lisa wouldn't just voluntarily disappear. Rick and AJ at 6 a.m. and I'm out on my feet. I've done more deciphering and I'm pretty sure it's Akhenaten. Call you later from home, Lisa. She's not home.
You know, AJ, I'm beginning to worry.
Thank you, Rick. I've secretly always thought you had more common sense than your brother.
Since when?
Now.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm Chester Wright. Sorry if I kept you waiting. Now, are you here today to make pre-need arrangements, or is this a time of sorrow?
It's a time of being in a hurry, and what we need is a body.
You need a body?
Mm-hmm.
What on God's earth are you talking about?
Is that right with a W or just with an R?
A W. What is that?
About $1,000 more than you got for the Fadaka body.
Fadaka?
Sergeant Kenny Fadaka, the Marine that you sold?
Come on, Chester, we're not cops. We're businessmen just like you. We need one of your bodies. No muss, no fuss.
Okay, Chester. Did you know that Section 7051 of the Penal...
Gentlemen could give me a couple of days. I'm, very reliable. If you know about the Fadakar thing, then you know I am.
Very good, Chester. You trust us. And we would very much like to trust you. So we're going to ask you about a few pertinent facts.
Like, for example, you sold Sergeant Fadaka to a French lady, correct?
You know, I'm really not at liberty to discuss this any further, and I think that perhaps you gentlemen should leave. If reliable. If you know about the Fadakar thing, then you know I am.
Very good, Chester.
I don't think that that is admissible as evidence.
Chester, we're not talking about 12 good men and true. We're talking about putting your rear end out of business.
All right, what do you want? It wasn't a French lady, okay? It was a man. He was a large man, and he had gray hair.
And you took the body straight to the museum, right?
That's right. Well, if you know all about this, why do you have to come here and bother me?
Because we like bothering people, Chester. Hello? Jordan, you have used up all my patience. Good. You're certain?
Do you want? Just bring the money and you can have it.
Akhenaten. It's hard to believe.
You believe. Put the $1 million in one suitcase. Make sure it'll lock and doesn't look too new. I'll meet you at the back door just after dark. Right. I'm so sorry, Lisa. If you'd only checked the storeroom a day later, you'd never have known. I'm sorry you do. I don't like this. I don't like to hurry and improvise. I had a very, very well considered plan. No, it's all a mess. I'm just doing the best I can. You saw Akhenaten. He was perfect, and I made him.
Recent. Hey, this is a kiln. It's an old-fashioned kiln, like for pottery. It's been used today.
natron, that Egyptian salt Lisa was talking about. All the other stuff you'd need to make a mummy.
Except a body.
Chester hasn't made a delivery recently.
Hey. Spices are old. Huh? The expiration date on them. They're all over 2 years old.
Gerlach.
What?
Kenny Fediger died, what, 3 years ago?
Yeah. And all these spices were bought more than 2 years ago.
There's more. Wells didn't act alone.
Got any ideas?
Whoever made these notations was left-handed.
Roger Jordan's a southpaw.
Here's your $1 million. Let's see, Akhenaten. Good God almighty, Jordan. What have you done? It's bleeding.
I finally got something for all my trouble, for all the years. Come on, move it!
Jordan, what are you doing?
Shut up! Get in there.
You'll never get away with this.
Somebody will find me in the morning. There's your mummy.
Give it up, Jordan. Where can you go?
Get out of here, or I'll kill her. I already killed Wells. I made him into a mummy. I'll kill her just as fast, believe me.
You kill her, and you're a dead man, believe me.
If he misses you, I'll get you. All I need's a clear shot.
Try it, and she's dead?
Roger!
Shut up!
You can't get out of here, Roger. And if you hurt her, we will kill you.
But she'll be dead, and you don't want that.
Point is, nobody ever got hurt in the courtroom.
I'm not going to court. I'll get the death sentence, and I'll never go free.
Anything is possible, Roger. Let's just talk. Anything can be worked out.
Stay back. I'm warning you.
Let's just talk, all right?
Get back! I'm going to do it.
Whatever you do, don't hurt her.
I'm going to do it.
Please, Roger, don't hurt her. Just take the money.
Why are you forcing me? It was going to be so simple.
Just take the money.
Steal back Gerlach's mummy. Sell it to Boren.
Whatever you do, don't hurt her.
But then you took it.
Please. Don't make it worse than it already is.
So I had to kill Wells to make a new one.
Just leave her here. Come on, Roger. You got the money. Just leave her.
Hold it. Right there. If you even twitch, you're dead. Now, very gently, move the weapon out to your side, muzzle down. Easy. Hold it.